It's Jeff Reach coming to you live and alive from the city of Jeff Reach. Hey, guess what? You can also find me at Jeff Reach everywhere and at Dr. Clay. I got some good news and I've got some unfortunate news. Recognize I did not say bad news. A lot of times people invite bad things into their lives by giving things a bad title. There is nothing bad that can happen to you in this life. You have been trained the wrong way. I've got good news and I've got unfortunate news. Unfortunate, what does it mean? Ill-fated, unlucky. Those are some of the words that can help define what unfortunate means. Bad, I don't want you to perceive or believe anything to be bad in your life. Sometimes unfortunate things happen to good people. The good news is you are a winner. You are filled with greatness. Greatness lives in you. You seize opportunity despite your circumstances. Your circumstances does not define who you are, and what people have said about you is irrelevant. Do not take up names and titles that people are trying to give to you. That is not going to work because you know your worth. Despite unfortunate things happening, despite unfortunate procedures, sometimes it may not work out the way you planned. Sometimes the results you have anticipated, it did not come through. But I want to encourage you, don't give up. You know, I'll tell you something personal about me. You know what I've recognized throughout all these years? And I think sometimes when we don't learn certain lessons or understand certain principles that are aligned with lessons, we keep going through the same procedure until we get it. So basically, if you're going to an address and you enter that address in your GPS, you're going to a specific geographical location. You enter it into the GPS. The GPS connects with the satellite and it starts navigating you to that address. If you happen to make a wrong turn that is outside of the coordinates that's in the GPS, it will reroute you. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm preaching. Sometimes in life, we are rerouted when we take wrong turns. And in your GPS, if you keep making wrong turns, I'm preaching now. Listen, if you keep making wrong turns, you would realize the GPS will keep it will keep rerouting you until you stay on the right track. Hey, somebody's got, I know this word is for somebody specific this morning. Listen, if you keep going outside of the GPS coordinates, it will keep rerouting you until you stay recentered on the specific geographical location you're heading to. There is a way to get to your destination. You have entered it into your GPS. This is your life. If you go outside of the geographical location that is aligned with your destination, you will be rerouted until you learn that lesson. You will have to recenter your life so you can stay on track with the GPS coordinates. Oh my, this is powerful. Let me tell you this. It has been my experience that the things that I needed to learn the most about, the things that I needed to avoid the most, the type of company, the type of friendship, the type of business decisions I needed to avoid, I needed to stay away from. I needed a certain type of discernment. I was rerouted so I can stay on the right track. So sometimes unfortunate things happen to good people. Don't consider yourself, oh my gosh, why am I always the bad lucky one? Why does bad things happen to me all the time? Why me? Things work out for everyone else. How come I'm the one that always going through a bad situation? That is not the way you speak. Unfortunate things happen to good people because sometimes there are lessons we need to learn along the way on our path to our destination. We have entered it into the GPS. We know exactly where we're going. But sometimes on that same journey, there is stop signs. There is speed bumps. There is slow zone. Or sometimes, depending on what you're driving, they say you can't enter here. I see signs that say no trucks allowed. Oh, I see no engine brakes. Oh my gosh, let me tell you this. This is the life that you're living. Your life destination has been entered into your GPS from the time you were born, and you are on that journey. Sometimes there's an accident ahead. The GPS may warn you or may not warn you, but you are prepared for it, and you have to be prepared for it because sometimes you have to take a detour. Oh. I didn't plan to say any of this. I had none of this planned, none of this scripted, but somebody needs to hear this. Somebody's excited to hear this word today. Along your journey, you will have accidents that was unforeseen because when you entered your geographical location in the GPS, at that current time, there was not an accident ahead, so it could not warn you for something it did not foresee, so you could have not been prepared for something you were not aware of. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm preaching. Let me tell you this. Sometimes that accident may look like bankruptcy. That accident may look like a miscarriage. That accident can look like expulsion from school. That accident can look like your kids getting arrested. That accident can look like you're losing that custody battle. That accident can look like divorce. That accident can look like, oh my gosh, I can keep going. But I want to encourage you today. Sometimes unfortunate things happen to good people. I want to remind you, you are not a victim of your circumstances, because the key word there is victim. You are not a victim. You are a victor. What is a victor? A victor is a recipient of victory, and victory is your middle name. You are a winner. Greatness lives in you. There is no defeat for you. Despite your circumstances, you are reaping the benefits. You are aligned with rewards, results you get, because you have strategies. You do not think defeat. You do not limit yourself, but you seize opportunity in everything, because even on your path to success and there is an accident ahead of you, you figure out a way. You start looking for different routes to take. You start looking for the detour in advance. The first time it may not go that way. The second time it may not go that way. But because unfortunate things happen to good people, you have learned how to navigate through life experiences when they pop up, when they show up. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm preaching. But I know someone needed to hear this. And I'm grateful that I've been chosen to bring this message to you today. 2020 is upon us. We are 10 days away from the start of a new decade. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful to be going there. I don't know about you, but a lot has happened to me in the past decades, and I've survived it all. And I know from the time you're within the sound of my voice, that means you survived it too. You survived for good reasons. You do not need to accept the report of the devil. You do not need to accept the report of that ill-fated judge. You do not need to accept the report of that creditor. You do not need to accept the report of that school. If the report is not the results you were working towards, do not accept it. Keep working towards the results you desire. Nothing can limit you in this life except your mindset. Nothing can stop you in this life except the way you perceive things. Sometimes you may see something a specific way, but it's not the same thing somebody else sees. Imagine you see yourself as a cat and somebody sees you as a lion. Dig deep within. Greatness lives in you. I'm here to tell you today, if I can overcome circumstances, even I had doubts sometime, but I will continue to persevere throughout life, circumstances, despite my current situation. I have declared and decreed it is not the end results of my life. I'm going to keep going because I know unfortunate things happen to good people. This is not the end of your story. You're still alive for a reason. Stay on track. Recenter your life. Reroute when the GPS tells you to. Because it's time you align with what God has created you for. And it's your time for greatness. Hey, guess what? You can find me everywhere at Jav Reach. You can subscribe, share, like, comment. Everywhere. Because it's important that you don't keep this message to yourself. But please share it with someone else. Salute. Kaba.